What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Dart Zone Double Trouble, a semi-auto, flywheel-powered, not magazine, cylinder-fed blaster, which is pretty unique. So think Strife without an external box magazine. It has a built-in cylinder system with a 20-round capacity. Pretty interesting, so let's get into the review. Included is the blaster, the detached drum, darts, and the instructions. This blaster runs on 6 AA-style alkaline batteries. To install, unscrew and remove the battery cover, insert 6 AA-style batteries, and replace your battery door. Inserting the drum is very simple. The front hinges open, so you can slide the cylinder right in. It is removable after you assemble it. External overview of the Double Trouble starting up at the front. This looks like it could be a tack rail up on the top and the bottom of the muzzle, but they're not rails, so no tactical attachment points up here. Up top we have a sling mount and another one back here. Now to the loading system, because it's super cool looking and kind of unique. The capacity of this blaster is 20 rounds. It's very simple to load. You can pretty much front load. And as you're firing, both drums interlock in a line on the center, so they're both firing through the same flywheel system, which looks super cool. So it rotates between right to left, every other shot. Even in firing position, the cylinder doesn't lock up, so you're able to spin freely, which helps you reload super fast. But if that's not fast enough, you can press this orange button up here, which lets you unlock the front barrel, and that hinges open, which exposes more of the barrel so you can load a little bit faster. Totally not necessary though. I kept it closed most of the time and I found it pretty easy to reload. I don't see why you'd need to remove the drum, but if you want to, you can push the button, unlock the front, and pull that out so you can detach it if you need to. It'd be really tricky to carry around a bunch of these if you wanted to like tactically reload, but I don't know, for maintenance or whatever. The option's there if you need to remove it. I didn't need to through my testing procedure, and I don't see any reason you'd have to do that for normal use. But you can if you want to. The 6 AA batteries are housed in the lower portion of the blaster, which are accessible right here, which keeps the center of gravity pretty low, so it's weighted very well. It's kind of an unusual looking blaster, but it's pretty comfortable to hold. The firing propulsion, of course, is flywheels. To turn those on, like other Dart Zone blasters, you just flip the switch from off to on. There isn't a rev trigger like most Nerf blasters. And after it's revving, then you can press the trigger to fire. This blaster is semi-automatic, like a Strife or a Raven. It's not fully automatic like a Rapid Strike or a Hyperfire. And on the trigger pull, the drums automatically cycle, meaning it's semi-automatic. You don't have to manually move it or anything. So you flip the switch and then you press the trigger 20 times and you fire 20 times in a row. I personally like rev triggers on my flywheel powered blasters instead of this on-off style switch, but rev switches are by no means objectively superior. There's definitely an argument for and against each of them. That being said, this on-off switch is fairly easy to hit with your firing hand, so you don't need this hand on the blaster. So it's not terribly inconvenient. If you move your right finger, you can turn on and off the blaster like that. Rear sling attachment point into the grip. Now it's a pretty closed in bottom grip here, but it is pretty comfortable. I have a large hand with long fingers and I think the blaster is pretty comfortable to use, but I don't think it would be alienating to a small hand. This little flat notch feels a little strange, but you know, it's not a whole lot of weight and it's definitely comfortable. Like I kind of want 2 of them to dual wield. It feels like it's almost designed for that. But if you don't know what to do with your left hand, there's a comfortable bottom like hand rest down here. So, you know, kind of awkward, but comfortable. You can probably tell it's a strange looking blaster, very unique. I personally think it looks super cool and it's just fun looking. It's less tactical with like rails and magazines and all of that, but it's just a goofy looking, super fun, one-handed like semi-auto flywheel powered blaster. So ergonomically a little different, but it's comfortable and it's easy to use. Usage, once again, you front load the darts, capacity of 20 rounds, then you press the on switch, let it rev for a moment, then press the trigger and you get 20 shots in a row. So let's see the blaster out on the firing range. Starting with the included Dart Zone waffle head darts. Some blue Nerf Elite darts. Firing the Dart Zone Double Trouble was tons of fun. Like many other Dart Zone blasters, it shoots insanely hard. And Dart Zone recently came out with these waffle head Dart Zone darts, which are fantastic, extremely precise, pretty much like the best name brand darts on the market right now. You can also get good third-party waffle head darts available on Amazon, but these Dart Zone waffle head darts are, super cheap and name brand and just fantastic performers. And they sell 200 packs of these waffle head darts for a pretty fair price. So you can see that in the firing, Elite compared to these, Elites just suck. And during my testing procedure, I did not have any jams or malfunctions with the included Dart Zone waffle head darts, but I did have a few jams with Nerf Elite darts. I'm not certain as to what caused the jam, but I believe it has to do with the dart fit on these barrels. When the pusher arm occasionally tried to inject the Nerf Elite dart, it caused a jam and it just didn't cycle. It was a quick fix. I just unhinged it and pulled out the crummy dart and it continued to feed the rest of them. It jams maybe 4 or 5 times out of about 500 shots with Elite darts, so it's not like a ton of jams, but it's enough to kind of be a concern. But I shot about 1,000 rounds with Dart Zone waffle head darts and I didn't have any jams or malfunctions. So if you use the included ammo, which are awesome and far better than Elite darts anyways, no jams. But still worth noting if you, for some reason, have to use Elite darts, which sucks to be you. And if it looked like it was shooting fast, it wasn't just you. This thing shoots super hard. So I put this blaster up in my chronograph, and with the included Dart Zone waffle head darts, achieves an average velocity of 94 feet per second, and I also chronoed with Nerf Elite darts and achieved an average velocity of 96 feet per second, which is into rival territory instead of that 70 FPS Elite par. So it's shooting super hard. It's like a modified Nerf blaster with alkalines and no modding required. Yet another super powerful blaster from Dart Zone, so very awesome performance. So to my personal opinion on the Dart Zone Double Trouble. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the blaster. Firing velocity is awesome. It's semi-auto, so you can shoot it pretty quick. Because it has mechanical cylinders that are rotating, it doesn't feel quite as smooth when you're shooting it really fast under rate of fire compared to like a Strife or any like magazine-fed blaster. Because those blasters mechanically are just moving a small injection arm. This is moving all of these cylinders, so there's more mechanical friction and more movement going on, so it's not as smooth. But even when I was trying to press the trigger super fast to intentionally jam the mechanism, it didn't jam, except with Elite darts a couple times. So I'd say mechanically sound and performance is spectacular. Now to the ergonomics, this is definitely going to be hit or miss. I personally think it's super fun to hold. It's kind of quirky, but it's not for everyone. It's a weird blaster. It's balanced well because the batteries are down low here, so the center of gravity is low, and it's easy to whip around very quickly. And it's a pistol that looks, kind of goofy and unique, certainly. And I swear, it must have been designed to hold 2 of them to walk through, and I mean, you'd just be a total badass running through with 2 of these going semi-auto. Yes, you could do the same thing with Stripes with 18-round magazines, capacity and like rate of fire-wise, but that looks super cool. I personally prefer a rev trigger over the permanent on-off switch because that's just how I play. But for certain play styles, when you start firing, you're gonna fire all 20 in a row and you don't have to pause, and on switch is a little easier for that. And this on switch is pretty easy to strike in firing position, so it's not like you have to go way out of your way to press an on-off button. The cylinder system itself is removable, but I don't think it would be practical to like carry around a bunch of these preloaded and tactically switch them out. If you're looking for that type of rate of fire and fast gameplay, magazines would be better. But for certain game types, when you're running, engaging, and shooting, less than 20 darts, then you have to retreat and you don't have to quickly reload. These open cylinder systems really excel because you can scavenge darts, have them in your pocket and load as you have a hot barrel on your thread. So you can suppress a Zambi behind a corner as you're reloading. Instead of a box magazine, when you drop that box mag, you're vulnerable until you put in a full one. It's not a better or worse thing, just like the rev trigger to on-off switch, but each of them have their place. So overall, I think the Double Trouble is a super fun blaster to use, phenomenal performance, and some people are really going to enjoy it that really want this open style format where you can quickly reload without dropping out your box mag. But that comes down to your personal playstyle and what types of matches you're playing, so I'll just leave that opinion to you. But it's mechanically sound, it's ergonomically solid, and I didn't have any jams or malfunctions, and 94 FPS average. It shoots hard, so fantastic blaster if you're looking for something like this. And even if you don't care at all about the blaster and you're looking for darts, check out the Dart Zone waffle head darts. They are the bomb. But that's besides the point, whatevs. So that concludes this video review. If you're interested in purchasing a Double Trouble, I'll leave a purchase link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.